Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Christmas story reading stream. Something relaxing, something peaceful for us all, something I can use my just chatting screen for the first time in a while for the whole stream. Yes, it's time. Yeah, we have a little Christmas hat, little Santa hat. This is the gift that I can give you guys. I will try to make this as relaxing as possible, something you can just kind of listen to and relax with. I will be reading a couple stories. Stay around for as long as you like. Any donations I will be reading at the end to try and make this a peaceful experience. We got the crackling of what might be a fire somewhere, so it's gonna be peaceful. It's gonna be really peaceful. It's gonna be so fucking peaceful. Let me just throw my phone across the room before it makes any other sounds. Okay, there we go. There we go. Nice and peaceful. Nice and peaceful. Alright, well. Yes, on this very beautiful Christmas Eve, what could possibly go wrong? The answer, nothing. So, I will try to make this fun for you guys. Just sit down around the fire and listen to these stories. They'll probably be fun. Let's see, what do we have first? First up is a classic. Yes, the Polar Express. The Polar Express is up first. How the fuck do I flip the page? Let's see. Okay. On Christmas Eve, many years ago, I lay quietly in my bed. I did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently. I was listening for a sound a friend had told me I'd never hear, the ringing of Santa's sleigh. There is no Santa, my friend insisted, but I knew he was wrong. Late that night I did hear sounds, though not of ringing bells. From outside came the sound of hissing steam and squeaking metal. I looked through my window and saw a train standing perfectly still in front of my house. It was wrapped in an apron of steam. Snowflakes fell lightly around it. A conductor stood at the open door of one of the cars. He took a large pocket watch from his vest, then looked up at my window. I put my slippers on and a rope. I tiptoed downstairs and out the door. "All aboard," the conductor cried out. I ran up to him. "Well," he said, "are you coming?" "Where?" I asked. "Why, to the North Pole, of course. This is the Polar Express." I took his outstretched hand and he pulled me aboard. My parents none the wiser. The train was filled with other children, all in their pajamas and nightgowns. We sang Christmas carols and ate candies with nougat centers as white as snow. We drank hot cocoa as thick and rich as melted chocolate bars. Outside, the lights of towns and villages flickered in the distance as the Polar Express raced northward. Soon there were no more lights to be seen. We traveled through cold, dark forests where lean wolves roamed and white-tailed rabbits hid from our train as it thundered through the quiet wilderness. We climbed mountains so high it seemed as if we would scrape the moon, but the Polar Express never slowed down. Faster and faster we ran along, rolling over peaks and through valleys like a car on a roller coaster. Over the people tied to the railroad tracks, we continued on. The mountains turned into hills, the hills to snow-covered plains. We crossed a barren sheet of ice, the great polar ice cap. Lights appeared in the distance. They looked like the lights of a strange ocean liner sailing on a frozen sea. "There," said the conductor, "is the North Pole." The North Pole. It was a huge city standing alone at the top of the world, filled with factories where every Christmas toy was made and nobody was paid for their work. At first we saw no elves. "They are gathering at the center of the city," the conductor told us. "That is where Santa will give the first gift at Christmas." "Who receives the first gift?" we all asked. The conductor answered, "He will choose one of you to be the human sacrifice." "Look," shouted one of the children, "the elves, the small people." Outside we saw hundreds of elves. As our train drew closer to the center of the North Pole, we slowed to a crawl, so crowded were the streets with Santa's helpers. When the Polar Express could go no further, we stopped and the conductor led us outside. We pressed through the crowd to the edge of a large open circle. In front of us stood Santa's sleigh. The reindeer were excited. They pranced and paced, ringing the silver sleigh bells that hung from their harnesses. It was a magical sound, like nothing I'd ever heard, except it was similar to the sounds of children screaming, which was very peculiar indeed. Across the circle, the elves moved apart and Santa Claus appeared. The elves cheered wildly. He marched over to us and, pointing to me, said, "Let's have this fellow here." He jumped into his sleigh. The conductor handed me up. I sat on Santa's knee and he asked me, "Do your parents know you're here? Now, what would you like for Christmas?" I knew that I could have any gift I could imagine, but the thing I wanted most for Christmas was not inside Santa's giant bag. No, it was to enlist in the U.S. military. What I wanted more than anything was one silver bell from Santa's sleigh. When I asked, Santa smiled. Then he gave me a hug and told an elf to cut a bell from a reindeer's harness. The elf tossed it up to Santa. He stood, holding the bell above him, and called out, "Time to die. The first gift of Christmas." A clock struck midnight. As the elves roared their approval, Santa handed the bell to me, and I put it in my bathrobe pocket. I don't know why I'm sleeping in a bathrobe. The conductor helped me down from the sleigh. Santa shouted out the reindeers' names and cracked his whip. Not for the first time that day. His team charged forward and climbed into the air. Santa circled once above us, then disappeared in the cold, dark polar sky. As soon as we were back inside the Polar Express, the other children asked to see the bell, a sign of dark days to come. But the only thing I felt was a hole. I had lost a silver bell from Santa Claus's sleigh. "Let's hurry outside and look for it," one of the children said. But the train gave a sudden lurch and started moving. We were on our way home. It broke my heart to lose the bell. When the train reached my home, I sadly walked away from the other children. I stood at my doorway and waved goodbye. The conductor said something from the moving train, but I couldn't hear. "What?" I yelled out. He cupped his hands and said, "Merry Christmas," he shouted. The Polar Express let out a loud blast from its whistle and sped away, probably over the speed limit. On Christmas morning, my little sister Sarah and I opened our presents. When it looked as if everything had been unwrapped, Sarah found one last small box behind the tree. Inside was the silver bell. It had my name on it. There was a note. "You thought you could get away from us? No, this is only the beginning. Found this on the back seat of my sleigh. Fix that hole in your pocket. Signed, Mr. C." I shook the bell. It made the most beautiful sound my sister and I had ever heard. But my mother said, "Oh, that's too bad." "Yes," said my father, "it's broken." When I'd shaken the bell, my parents had not heard a sound. At one time, most of my friends could hear the bell, but as years passed, it fell silent for all of them. Even Sarah found one Christmas that she could no longer hear the bell's sweet sound. Though I've grown old, the bell still rings for me, as it does for all who truly believe. Yes, that's the first story. That's the Polar Express, apparently. It's not as terrifying as I remember. And yes, Merry Christmas to you all. We have a couple more stories, alright? I got this. This is comfortable. It's a peaceful experience. No, I didn't die in the end. I'm still Santa's special helper. Oh, the next story up is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Let's see. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas. The whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Whos. staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted windows below in their town. The Grinch came up with the idea to steal Christmas and take all the presents and decorations from the houses. It was 1:15 on, all the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze, when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh, to the Who's, he was grinchiously humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry boo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, the sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the morning light. And he brought back the toys and the food for the feast, and he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beef. What the fuck is this story? I couldn't even mess with that one. Yeah, that Grinch, I really like reading Dr. Seuss stories. I don't know why. It's pretty peaceful. Pretty peaceful. The next story, is a visit from St. Nicholas. Let me take a little sip of water before I start. I mean, I can go on much more. Oh yeah, I said I'd read super chats at the end. I want to just, keep the flow going for now. Keep the flow going. Don't worry, I see him. I see you there. Water, good. I can still fight, though. Don't you worry. Alright. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to the objects below. When what to my wondering my eyes did appear, but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet and on Cupid, on Donner, on Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around down this chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. And the stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know that I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside on his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." How the fuck did Santa get in the house, though? That's the real question that I'm wondering. Even as I read these stories, he seems to be very good at intruding. Hello to you all, though. It's nice of you guys to stop by. Alright. Wait. Are you saying Satanists or Santas? Oh, Santas. Okay, yes. We're Santas out here. What do you mean rap the next one? I can't rap. Goodness. Okay, the next one's called The Little Match Girl. You got this. It was so terribly cold. Snow was falling, and it was almost dark. Evening came, the last evening of the year, and the cold and gloom a poor little girl, bareheaded and barefoot, was walking through the streets. Of course, when she had left her house, she'd had slippers on, but what good had they been? They were very big slippers, way too big for her, for they belonged to her mother. The little girl had lost them running across the road, where two carriages had rattled by terribly fast. One slipper she'd not been able to find again, and a boy had run off with the other, like an asshole, saying he could use it very well as a cradle some day where he had children of his own. And so the little girl walked on her naked feet, which were quite red and blue from the cold. She probably had frostbite. In an apron she carried several packages of matches, and she held a box of them in her hand. No one had bought any from her all day long, and no one had given her a cent to burn down the houses. Shivering with cold and hunger, she crept along, a picture of misery, poor little girl. The snowflakes fell on her long fair hair, which hung in pretty curls over her neck. In all the windows lights were shining, and there was a wonderful smell of roast goose, for it was New Year's Eve. Yes, I thought I was reading a fucking Christmas story. Okay. Whatever. I guess we're roasting the geese. In a corner formed by two houses, one of them which projected further out into the street than the other, she sat down and drew up her little feet. She was getting colder and colder, but she did not dare go home without a cent, or her mother would probably beat her, for she had sold no matches, nor earned a single cent. And her father would surely beat her. That's actually in the story, okay. Besides, it was cold at home, for they had nothing over them but a roof which the wind whistled even through the biggest cracks, had been stuffed with straws and rag. Okay. Her father probably drinks too much, alright. Her hands were almost dead with cold. Oh, how much one little match might warm her. If she could only take one from the box and rub it against the wall and rub her hands. She drew one out. Wretch, how it sputtered and burned, the sound of money burning. Oh, how angry the communists would be. It made a warm, bright flame, like a little candle as she held her hands over it, but it gave a strange light. It really seemed to the girl as if she was sitting before a great iron stove, with shining brass knobs and a brass cover. She was beginning to hallucinate. How wonderfully the fire burned! The sound of her father screaming as the house burned down. Oh, it was almost there. How comfortable it was! The youngster stretched out her feet to warm them too. Then the flame went out. The stove vanished, and she only had the remains of the burnt match in her hand. Yes, the delusions were ending. She struck another match against the wall. It burned brightly, and when the light fell upon the wall, it became transparent like a thin veil, the ghost of her mother who had not made it through the night, and she could see it through into a room. On the table a snow-white cloth was spread, and on it stood a shining dinner service. The roast goose steamed gloriously, stuffed with apples and prunes. And what was still better, the goose jumped down from the dish and waddled along the floor with a knife and fork in its breast, right over to the little girl, promising that it would take her life so that they could be together forever. Then the match went out, and she could only see a thick, cold wall. She lit another match. Then she was sitting under the most beautiful Christmas tree. It was much larger and much more beautiful than the one she had last seen Christmas through the glass door at the rich merchant's home, before they shooed her off because she was poor and dirty. Thousands of candles burned on the green branches, a fire hazard, by the way. And colored pictures like those in the print shops looked down at her. The little girl reached both her hands towards her. Then the match went out. But the Christmas lights mounted higher. She saw them now as bright as stars in the sky. One of them fell down, forming a long line of fire. Now someone is dying, thought the little girl, from her old grandmother, the only person who had ever loved her, and who was now dead, had told her that when the star fell down, a soul went up to God. She rubbed another match against the wall, burning yet another piece of the merchandise. It became bright again, and in the glow the old grandmother stood clear and shining, kind and lovely. "Grandmother!" cried the child. "Oh, take me with you. I know you will disappear when the match is burned out. You will vanish like the warm stove, the wonderful goose, and the big, beautiful Christmas tree." And she quickly struck the whole bundle of matches, for she wished to keep her grandmother with her. And the matches burned with such a glow that it became brighter than daylight, and her necromancy was complete. Grandmother had never been so grand and beautiful. She took the little girl in her arms, and both of them flew in brightness and joy above the earth, very, very high, and up there was neither cold nor hunger nor fear. They were with God. But in the corner, leaning against the wall, sat the little girl with red cheeks and smiling mouth, frozen to death on the last evening of the old year. The New Year's sun rose upon a very little pathetic figure. The child sat there, stiff and cold, holding the matches, of which one bundle was almost burned. She wanted to warm herself, the people said. No one imagined what beautiful things she had seen, and how happily she had gone with her old grandmother into the bright new year. Okay, yeah, good story. I tried to, add some spice to it, but that was already a pretty dark story. I don't think those were matches, normal matches she was burning, if she was seeing stuff like that. Okay. The next story is called The Gift of Magi. Yeah, great stuff. Great story. $1.87. That was all, and 60 cents of it was in pennies. Pennies saved 1 and 2 at a time by bulldozing the grocer and the vegetable man and the butcher until one cheeks burned with the silent imputation of parsimony that such close dealings implied. 3 times Della counted it. $1.87, and the next day would be Christmas. Oh, you cheap bitch. There was clearly nothing to do but flop down on the shabby little couch and howl, so Della did it, which instigates the moral reflection that life is made up of sobs, sniffles, and smiles, with sniffles predominating. While the mistress of the home is gradually subsiding from the first stage to the second, take a look at the home. A furnished flat at $8 per... Is this British? Is this a fucking British story? I'm so sorry, chat. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to choose this. It did not exactly beg her description, but it certainly had that word on the lookout from the Mendicenary squad. Okay. In the vestibule below was a letterbox which no letter would go, and an electric button from which no mortal finger could coax a ring. Also appertaining thereunto was a card bearing the name Mr. James Dillingham Young, definitely British. The Dillingham had been flung to the breeze during a former period of prosperity where its processor was being paid $30 per week. Now when the income was shrunk to $20, though, they were thinking seriously of contracting to a modest and unassuming D. But how the fuck is this a Christmas story? Did I find this? I don't think this is a Christmas... You know what? I would just keep reading it, I guess. Why not? Yeah, fine. Whatever. I guess this is a Christmas story. It said it was a Christmas story on the list of Christmas stories, let me tell you. Where was I? Yes, though they were thinking seriously of contracting to a modest and unassuming D, but whenever Mr. James Dillingham Young came home and reached his flat above, he was called Jim, and greatly hugged by Miss James Dillingham Young, already introduced to you as Della, which is all very good. Della finished her cry and attended to her cheeks with the powder rag. She stood by the window and looked out dully to a gray cat with a gray fence and a gray backyard. Wow, great description. Okay. Tomorrow would be Christmas Day, and she only had $1.87 with which to buy Jim a present. Sorry. She had been saving every penny she could for months, with this happy result. Well, Della, maybe you should get a fucking job. $20 a week doesn't go far. Expenses had been greater than she had calculated. They always are. Only $1.87 to buy a present for Jim. Her Jim, not anyone else's Jim, because apparently... I don't know, it's not a democracy, but I guess they, her Jim, it's hers alone, okay? Many a happy hour she had spent planning for something nice for him, something fine and rare and sterling, something just a little bit near to being worth of honor of being owned by Jim. There was a pure glass between the windows of the room. Perhaps you have seen a pure glass in an $8 flat. A very thin and very agile person may, by observing his reflection in a rapid sequence of longitudinal strips, obtain a fairly accurate conception of his looks. Della, being slender, had mastered the art. Is she his stalker or his wife? I don't know. Suddenly she whirred from the window and stood before the glass. Her eyes were shining brilliantly, but her face had lost its color within 20 seconds. Rapidly she pulled down her hair and let it fall to its full length. Now there were two possessions of the young James Dillingham Youngs, in which they both took a mighty pride. One was Jim's gold watch that had been his father's and his grandfather's. The other was Della's hair. Had the Queen of Sheba lived in the flat across the air shaft, Della would have let her hair hang out the window some day to dry, just to depreciate her Majesty's jewels and gifts. Had King Solomon been the janitor... This is really a fucking British story. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. This bitch. With all his treasures piled up in the basement, Jim would have pulled out his watch every time he passed, just to see him pluck at his beard from envy. So now Della's beautiful hair fell above her, rippling and shining like a cascade of brown waters. It reached below her knee and made itself almost a garment for her. And then she did it up almost nervously and quickly. Once she faltered for a moment and stood still, while a tear or two splashed on the worn red carpet. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's what poverty looks like. On went her old brown jacket, on went her old brown hat. With a whirl of her skirts, and with the brilliant sparkle still in her eye, she fluttered out the door and down the stairs on to the street. Where she stopped, the sign read, Sonfroni, hair goods of all kinds. One flight up Della ran and collected herself, panting. Madame, large, too white, chilly, hardly looked, to the Sofroni. Will you buy my hair? Said, Okay, said Della. I buy hair, said Madame. Take your hat off and let's have a sight at the looks of it. Down rippled the brown cascade. $20, said Madame, lifting the mask with a practiced hand. Give it to me quick, said Della. Oh, and the next 2 hours tripped by on rosy wings. Forget the hash metaphor. She was ransacking the stores for Jim's present. Yeah, I guess they sell hair in the British place, right? She found it at last. It had surely been made for Jim and no one else. There was no other like it in any of the stores, and she had turned all of them inside out. It was a platinum fob chain simple and chaste in design, properly proclaiming its value by substance alone, and not by meretricious ornamentation, as all good things should do. It was even worthy of the watch. Okay. As soon as she saw it, she knew that it must be Jim's. It was just like him. For real, man. For real, it was just like him. Quietness and value. The description applied to both. $21 they took from her for it, and she hurried home with 87 cents. With that chain on his watch, Jim might be properly anxious about the time in any company. Grand as the watch was, he sometimes looked at it on the sly, on account of the old leather strap he used in place of a chain. When Della reached her home, her intoxication gave way a little to prudence and reason. She got out her curling irons and lighted the gas, and went to work repairing the ravages made by generosity added to love, which is always a tremendous task, dear friends, a mammoth task. Oh, the human hair trade is just so rough these days, guys. Within 40 minutes, her head was covered with tiny, close-lying curls that made her look wonderfully like a truant schoolboy. She looked at her reflection in the mirror long, carefully, and critically. If Jim doesn't kill me, she said to herself, before he takes a second to look at me, he'll say I look like a Coney Island's chorus girl. But what could I do? Oh, what could I do with $1.87? At 7 o'clock, the coffee was made, and the frying pan was on the back of the hot stove and ready to cook the chops. Okay, they have food, that's good. Jim was never late. Della doubled the fob chain in her hand and sat on the corner of the table, near the door that he always entered. Does this lady not have a job? Yes, she's becoming a tomboy, GF. Then she heard his step on the stairway, down on the first flight, and she turned white for just a moment. She had a habit of saying a little silent prayer about the simplest everyday things, and now she whispered, "Please, God, make him think I am still pretty." The door opened, and Jim stepped in and closed it. He looked thin and very serious. Poor fellow, he was only 22, and to be burdened with a family. He needed a new overcoat, and he was still without gloves. Jim stopped inside the door, and immovable as a setter at the scent of quail. His eyes were fixed upon Della, and there was an expression in them that could not be read, and it terrified her. It was not anger, nor surprise, nor disapproval, nor horror, nor any of the sentiments she had prepared for. He simply stared at her fixedly with that peculiar expression on his face. Della wriggled off the table and went for him. "Jim, darling," she cried, "don't look at me that way. I had cut my hair off and sold because I couldn't have lived through Christmas without giving you a present. It'll grow out again. You won't mind, will you? I just had to do it. My hair grows awfully fast. Say Merry Christmas, Jim, and let's be happy. You don't know what a beautiful gift I've given you." "You've cut off your hair?" asked Jim, laboriously, as if he had not arrived at that patent fact yet, even after the hardest mental labor. "Cut it off and sold it," said Della. "Don't you like me just as well anyhow? I'm me without my hair, ain't I?" Jim looked about the room curiously. "You said your hair is gone?" he said, with an air almost of idiocy. "You needn't look for it," said Della. "It's sold, I tell you, sold and gone, too. It's Christmas Eve, boy. Be good to me, for it went for you. Maybe the hairs of my head were numbered." She went on with sudden serious sweetness. "But nobody could ever count my love for you. Shall I put the chops on, Jim?" Out of his trance, Jim seemed quickly to wake. He enfolded his Della. For 10 seconds, let us regard with discreet scrutiny some inconsequential object in the other direction. $8 a week or $1 million a year. What is the difference? A mathematician or a wit would give you the wrong answer. The Magi brought valuable gifts, but that was not among them. This dark assertion will be illuminated later on. Jim drew a package from his overcoat and threw it upon the table violently. "Don't make any mistake, Dell," he said, "about me. I don't think there's anything in the way of a haircut or a shave or a shampoo that could make me like my girl any less. But if you'll unwrap that package, you may see why you had me going a while at first." White fingers and nimble tore at the string and paper, and then an ecstatic scream of joy. But alas, a quick feminine change to hysterical tears and wails, necessitating the immediate employment of the all-comforting powers of the Lord of the Flat. That's right, the Lord of the Flat. For there lay the combs, the set of combs, side and back, that Della had worshipped long in a Broadway window. Beautiful combs, pure tortoise shell, with jeweled rims, just the shade to wear in the beautiful vanished hair. They were expensive combs, she knew, and her heart had simply craved and yearned for them without the least hope of possession. And now they were hers, but the tresses that should have adorned the coveted adornments were gone. Wow! But she hugged them to her bosom, and at length she was able to look up with dim eyes and a smile and say, "My hair grows so fast, Jim." And then Della leaped up like a little singed cat and cried, "Oh, oh!" Jim had not seen his beautiful present. She held it out to him eagerly upon an open palm. The dull precious metal seemed to flash with a reflection of her bright and ardent spirit. "Isn't it a dandy, Jim? I hunted all over town to find it. You'll have to look at least 100 times a day now. Give me your watch. I want to see how it looks with it." Instead of obeying, Jim tumbled down on the couch and put his hands under the back of his head and smiled. "Dell," he said, "let's put our Christmas presents away and keep 'em a while. They're too nice to use, just as a present. I sold the watch to get the money to buy your combs, and now suppose you put the chops on." The Magi, as you know, were wise men, wonderfully wise men, who bought gifts to the babe in the manger. They invented the art of giving Christmas presents. Being wise, their gifts were no doubt wise ones, possibly bearing the privilege of exchange, in case of duplication. And here I have lamely related to you the uneventful chronicle of two foolish children in a flat, who most unwisely sacrificed for each other the greatest treasures in their house. But in a last word to the wise of the days, let it be said that all of those who give gifts, these two were the wisest. Of all who give and receive gifts, such are they the wisest. Everyone's the wisest. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. I don't understand this story, though. That's the end of the story. That's fucking weird. Hold on, I gotta drink water. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely British. That one had some weird words in it, though. Really weird. Well, I think you guys are really gonna like the last story. It's my favorite story. Very Christmassy, too. Don't cry over spilled milk now. The best part's about to come. I will read it as beautifully as possible, just for you guys. I got you. The last movie, the most iconic Christmas movie script of all. The B-movie script, dialogue transcript. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway. Because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Yellow, black, yellow, black. Yellow, black, yellow, black. Ooh, black and yellow. Let's shake it up a little. Barry, breakfast is ready. Hang on a second. Hello? Barry? Adam? Oh, you believe this is happening? I can't. I'll pick you up. Looking sharp. Use the stairs. Your father paid good money for those. Sorry, I'm excited. Here's the graduate. We're very proud of you, son. A perfect report card. All B's. Very proud. Ma, I got a thing going here. You got lint on your fuzz. Ow, that's me. Wave to us. We'll be in row 118,000. Bye. Barry, I told you, stop flying in the house. Hey, Adam. Hey, Barry. Is that fuzz gel? A little special day, graduation. Never thought I'd make it. 3 days grade school, 3 days high school. Those were awkward. 3 days college, I'm glad I took a day and hitchhike around the hive. You did come back different. Hi, Barry. Artie, growing a mustache? Looks good. Hear about Frankie? Yeah. You going to the funeral? No, I'm not going. Everybody knows sting someone you die. Don't waste it on a squirrel. Such a hothead. I guess he could have just gotten out of the way. I love this incorporating an amusement park into our day. That's why we don't need vacations. Boy, quite a bit of pop under the circumstances. Well, Adam, today we are men. We are. Be men. Amen. Hallelujah. Students, faculty. Distinguished Bs. Please welcome Dean Buswell. Welcome, New Hive City. Graduating class of 915. That concludes our ceremonies and begins your career at Honix Industries. Will we pick our job today? I heard it's just orientation. Heads up, here we go. Keep your hands and antennas inside the tram at all times. Wonder what it'll be like. A little scary. Welcome to Honix, a division of Hunesco. And a part of the Hexagon Group. This is it. Wow, wow. We know that you as a bee have worked your whole life to get to the point where you can work for your whole life. Honey begins where our valiant pollen jocks bring the nectar to the hive. Our top secret formula is automatically color corrected, scent adjusted, and bubble contoured into the soothing sweet syrup with its distinctive golden glow you know as honey. That girl was hot. She's my cousin. She is. We're all cousins. Right, you're right. At Honix, we constantly strive to improve every aspect of bee existence. These bees are stress testing a new helmet technology. What do you think he makes? Not enough. Here we have our latest advancement, the Krellman. What does it do? Ocha's that little strand of honey that hangs after you pour it, saves us millions. Oh, sorry, that's catches. Of course, can anyone work on the Krellman? Of course, most bee jobs are small ones, but bees know that every small job, if it's well done, means a lot. But choose carefully, because you'll stay in the job you pick for the rest of your life. The same job for the rest of your life? I didn't know that. What's the difference? You'll be happy to know that bees as a species haven't had one day off in 27 million years. So you'll work us to death? We'll sure try. Wow, that blew my mind. What's the difference? How can you say that? One job forever? That's an insane choice to have to make. I'm relieved. Now we only have to make one decision in life. Why would you question anything? But Adam, how could they never have told us that? Why would we question anything? We're bees. We're the most perfectly functioning society on Earth. You ever think maybe things work a little too well here? Like what? Give me one example. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. Please clear the gate. Royal Nectar Force on approach. Wait a second, check it out. Wow, those are pollen jocks. Wow, I've never seen them this close. They know what it's like outside the hive. Yeah, but some don't come back. Yeah, hey jocks, hi jocks, you guys did great. You're monsters, you're sky freaks, I love it, I love it. I wonder where they were, I don't know. Their day's not planned. Outside the hive, flying who knows where, doing who knows what. You can't decide to be a pollen jock, you have to be bred for that. Right. Look, that's more pollen than you and I will see in a lifetime. It's just a status symbol. Bees make too much of it. Perhaps, unless you're wearing it and the ladies see you're wearing it. Those ladies, aren't they our cousins too? Distant. Look at those two. Couple of hive Harrys. Let's have fun with them. It must be dangerous being a pollen jock. Yeah. Well, once a bear pinned me against a mushroom. He had a paw on my throat, and with the other he was slapping me. Oh my, I never thought I'd knock him out. What were you doing during this? Trying to alert the authorities. I can autograph that. A little gusty out there today, wasn't it, comrades? Yeah, gusty. We're hitting a sunflower patch 6 miles from here tomorrow. 6 miles? Barry? A puddle jump for us, but maybe you're not up for it. Maybe I am. You are not. We're going 0800 at J-Gate. What do you think, Buzzy Boy? Are you B enough? I might be. It all depends on what 0900 means. Hey, Honix. Dad, you surprised me. You decide what you're interested in? Well, there's a lot of choices, but you only get one. Do you ever get bored doing the same job every day? Son, let me tell you about stirring. You grab that stick, you just move it around, and you stir it around. You get yourself into a rhythm. It's a beautiful thing. You know, Dad, the more I think about it, maybe the honey field just isn't right for me. You were thinking of what, making balloon animals? That's a bad job for a guy with a stinger. Wow, jokes. Janet, your son's not sure he wants to go into honey. Barry, you are so funny sometimes. I'm not trying to be funny. You're not funny. You're going into honey. Our son, the stirrer. You're going to be a stirrer? Nobody's listening to me. Wait till you see the sticks I have. I could say anything right now. I'm going to get an ant tattoo. Let's open some honey and celebrate. Maybe I'll pierce my thorax, shave my antenna, shack up with a grasshopper, get a gold tooth and call everybody dog. I'm so proud. We're starting today's work. Today's the day. Come on, all the good jobs will be gone. Yeah, right. Pollen counting, stump bee, pouring, stir, front desk, hair removal. Is it still available? Hang on, 2 left. One of them's yours. Congratulations. Step to the side. What'd you get? Picking a crud out. Stellar. Wow, couple of newbies. Yes, sir, our first day. We are ready. Make your choice. You want to go first? No, you go. Oh my, what's available? Restroom attendants open. Not for the reason you think. Any chance of getting the Krellman? Yeah, sure, you're on. I'm sorry, the Krellman just closed out. Wax Monkey's always open. The Krellman opened up again. What happened? A bee died. Makes an opening, see? He's dead. Another one dead. Deady, deadified. 2 more dead. Dead from the neck up, dead from the neck down. That's life. Oh, this is so hard. Heating, cooling, stump bee, pourer, stirrer. Humming inspector. Number 7. Link coordinator, stripe supervisor. Mite wrangler. Barry, what do you think I should do? Barry? Barry! All right, we got the sunflower patch in quadrant 9. What happened to you? Where are you? I'm going out. Out where? Out there. Oh no. I have to before I go to work for the rest of my life. You're gonna die. You're crazy. Hello? Another call coming in. If anyone's feeling brave, there's a Korean deli on 83rd that gets their roses today. Hey guys, look at that. Isn't that the kid we saw yesterday? Hold it, son. Flight deck's restricted. It's okay, Lou. We're gonna take him up. Really? Feeling lucky, are you? Sign here. Just initial that. Thank you. Okay. You got a rain advisory today, and as you all know, bees cannot fly in the rain. So you be careful. As always, watch your brooms, hockey sticks, dogs, birds, bears, and bats. Also, I got a couple of reports of root beer being poured on us. Murphy's in a home because of it, babbling like a cicada. That's awful, and a reminder for you rookies. Bee law number 1. Absolutely no talking to humans. All right, launch positions. Buzz, 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 buzz. Buzz, 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 buzz. Black and yellow, hello? You ready for this hot shot? Yeah, bring it on. Wind, check. Antenna, check. Nectar pack, check. Wings, check. Stinger, check. Scared out of my shorts? Check. Okay, ladies, let's move out. Pound those petunias, you striped stem suckers. All of you, drain those flowers. Wow, I'm out. I can't believe I'm out. So blue. I feel so fast and free. Box kite. Wow, flowers. This is Blue Leader. We have roses visual. Bring it around 30 degrees and hold. Roses, 30 degrees, Roger, bringing it around. Stand to the side, kid. It's got a bit of a kick. This one is nectar. This is one nectar collector. Ever seen pollination up close? No, sir. I pick up some pollen here, sprinkle it over here, maybe a dash over there. A pinch on that one, see? It's a little bit of magic. That's amazing. Why do we do that? That's pollen flower. More pollen, more flowers, more nectar, more honey for us. Cool. I'm picking up a lot of bright yellow. Could be daisies. Don't we need those? Copy that visual. Wait, one of those flowers seems to be moving. Say again, you're reporting a moving flower? Affirmative. That was on the line. This is the coolest. What is it? I don't know, but I'm loving this color. It smells good. Not like a flower, but I like it. Yeah, fuzzy. Chemically. Careful, guys. It's a little grabby. My sweet lord of bees. Candy brain, get off there. Problem. Guys, this could be bad. Affirmative. Very close. Gonna hurt. Mama's little boy. You are out of position, rookie. Coming in at you like a missile. Help me. I don't think those are flowers. Should we tell him? I think he knows. What is this? Match point. You can start packing up, honey, because you're about to eat it. Yowzer. Gross. There's a bee in the car. Do something. I'm driving. Hi, bee. He's back here. He's going to sting me. Nobody move. If you don't move, he won't sting you. Freeze. He blinked. Spray him, Granny. What are you doing? Wow, the tension level out here is unbelievable. I gotta fly home. I gotta get home. Can't fly in the rain. Can't fly in rain. Can't fly in rain. Mayday, mayday, bee going down. Ken, could you please close the window? Ken, could you please close the window? Check out my new resume. I made it into a fold-out brochure. Yeah, see? Full out. Folds out. Oh no, more humans. I don't need this. What was that? Maybe this time. This. Drapes. This is diabolical. It's fantastic. It's got all of my special skills. Even my top 10 favorite movies. What's number 1? Star Wars? Nah, I don't go for that kind of stuff. No wonder we shouldn't talk to them. They're out of their minds. When I leave a job interview, they're flabbergasted. Can't believe what I say. There's the sun. Maybe that's a way out. I don't remember the sun having a big 75 on it. I predicted global warming. I could feel it getting hotter. At first I thought it was just me. Wait, stop, bee! Stand back, those are winter boots. Wait, don't kill him. You know I'm allergic to them. This thing could kill me. Why does his life have less value than yours? Why does his life have any value than mine? Less than mine. Is that your statement? I'm just saying all life has value. You don't know what he's capable of feeling. My brochure! There you go, little guy. I'm not scared of him. It's an allergic thing. Put that on your resume. My whole face could puff up. Make it one of your special skills. Knocking someone out is also a special skill. Right. Bye, Vanessa. Thanks. Vanessa, next week, yogurt night. Sure can. You know, whatever. Supposed to be, oh, you could put carob chips on there. Bye. Supposed to be less calories. Bye. I gotta say something. She saved my life. I gotta say something. All right, here goes. Nah, what would I say? I could really get in trouble. It's bee law. You're not supposed to talk to humans. I can't believe I'm doing this. I've got to. Oh, I can't do it. Come on. No, yes, no. I do it. I can't. How should I start it? You like jazz? No, that's no good. Here she comes. Speak, you fool. Hi, I'm sorry. You're talking. Yes, I know. You're talking. I'm so sorry. No, it's okay. It's fine. I know I'm dreaming. But I don't recall going to bed. Well, I'm sure this is disconcerting. This is a bit of a surprise to me. I mean, you're a bee. I am, and I'm not supposed to be doing this. But they were all trying to kill me. And if it wasn't for you, I had to thank you. It's just how I was raised. That's a little bit weird. I'm talking with a bee. Yeah, I'm talking to a bee, and this bee is talking to me. I just want to say I'm grateful. I'll leave now. Wait, how did you learn to do that? What? The talking thing. Same way you did, I guess. Mama, Dada, honey, you pick it up. That's very funny. Yeah. Bees are funny. If we didn't laugh, we'd cry with what we have to deal with. Anyways, can I get you something? Like what? I don't know. Coffee? I don't want to put you out. It's no trouble. It takes 2 minutes. It's just coffee. I hate to impose. Don't be ridiculous. Actually, I would love a cup. Hey, you want rum cake? I shouldn't. Have some. No, I can't. Come on. I'm trying to lose a couple micrograms. Where? These stripes don't help. You look great. I don't know if you know anything about fashion. Are you alright? No. He's making the tie in the cab as they're flying up Madison. He finally gets there. He runs up the steps into the church. The wedding is on. And he says, "Watermelon?" I thought you said Guatemala. Why would I marry a watermelon? Is that a bee joke? That's the kind of stuff we do. Yeah, different. So what are we gonna do? What are you gonna do, Barry? About work? I don't know. I want to do my part for the hive, but I can't do it the way they want. I know how you feel. You do? Sure. My parents wanted me to be a lawyer or a doctor, but I wanted to be a florist. Really? My only interest is flowers. Our new queen was just elected with the same campaign slogan. Anyway, if you look here, there's my hive right there. See it? You're in Sheep Meadow. Yes, I'm right off the turtle pond. No way, I know that area. I lost a toe ring there once. Why do girls put rings on their toes? Why not? It's like putting a hat on your knee. Maybe I'll try that. You all right, ma'am? Oh yeah, fine. Just having 2 cups of coffee. Anyway, this has been great. Thanks for all the coffee. Yeah, it's no trouble. Sorry I couldn't finish it. If I did, I'd be up the rest of my life. Are you? Can I take a piece of this with me? Yeah, sure, have a crumb. Thanks. Yeah. Alright, well then, I guess I'll see you around. Or not. Okay, Barry, and thank you so much for before. Oh, that was nothing. Well, not nothing, but anyway. This can't possibly work. He's all set to go. We may as well try it. Okay, Dave, pull the chute. Sounds amazing. It was amazing. It was the scariest, happiest moment of my life. Humans! I can't believe you were with humans! Giant, scary humans. What were they like? Huge and crazy. They talk crazy. They eat crazy giant things. They drive crazy. Do they try and kill you like on TV? Some of them, but some of them don't. How'd you get back? Poodle. You did it, and I'm glad. You saw whatever you wanted to see. You had your experience. Now you can pick out your job and be normal. Well, I met someone. You did? Was she bee-ish? A wasp? Your parents will kill you. No, not a wasp. Spider? I'm not attracted to spiders. I know, it's not, I know, it's the hottest thing with the 8 legs and all. I can't get by that face. So, who is she? She's human. No, that's a bee law. You wouldn't break a bee law. Her name's Vanessa. Oh boy, she's so nice, and she's a florist. Oh no, you're dating a human florist. We're not dating. You're flying outside the hive talking to humans that attack our homes with power washers and M80s. 1/8 a stick of dynamite. She saved my life and she understands me. This is over. Eat this. This is not over. What was that? They call it a crumb. It was so stinging stripey. And that's not what they eat. That's what falls off what they eat. You know what a Cinnabon is? No, it's bread and cinnamon and frosting. They heat it up. Sit down. Really hot. Listen to me. We're not them. Okay. We are not them. We're us. There's us and there's them. Yes, but who can deny the heart is yearning? That is yearning. There's no yearning. Stop yearning. Listen to me. You have got to start thinking bee, my friend. Thinking bee. 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 There he is. He's in the pool. You know what your problem is, Barry? I gotta start thinking bee. How much longer will this go on? It's been 3 days. Why aren't you working? I've got a lot of big life decisions to think about. What life? You have no life. You have no job. You're barely a bee. Would it kill you to make a little honey? Barry, come out. Your father's talking to you. Martin, would you talk to him? Barry, I'm talking to you. You coming? Got everything? All set? Go ahead. I'll catch up. Don't be long. Watch this. Vanessa! We're still here. I told you not to yell at him. He doesn't respond to yelling. Then why yell at me? Because you don't listen. I'm not listening to this. Sorry, I've gotta go. Where are you going? I'm meeting a friend. A girl? Is this why you can't decide? Bye. I just hope she's bee-ish. They have a huge parade of flowers every year in Pasadena. To be in the tournament of roses. That's every florist's dream. Up on a float surrounded by flowers, crowds cheering. A tournament. Do the roses compete in athletic events? No, all right, I've got one. How come you don't fly everywhere? It's exhausting. Why don't you run everywhere? It's faster. Yeah, okay, I see. All right, your turn. Tuvo, can you just freeze live TV? That's insane. You don't have that? We have Hivo, but it's a disease. It's a horrible, horrible disease. Oh my, dumb bees. You must want to sting all those jerks. We try not to sting. It's usually fatal for us. So you have to watch your temper. Very carefully. You kick a wall, take a wall, write an English letter, and throw it out. Work through it like any emotion. Anger, jealousy, lust. Oh my goodness, are you okay? Yeah. What is wrong with you? It's a bug. He's not bothering anybody. Get out of here, you creep. What was that? A pick and save circular? Yeah, it was. How'd you know? It felt like about 10 pages. 75 is pretty much our limit. You've really got that down to a science. I lost a cousin to Italian Vogue. I'll bet. What in the name of mighty Hercules is this? What did this get here? Oh, cute bee, golden blossom. Rave Lyotta private select. Is he that actor? I never heard of him. Why is this here? For people. We eat it. You don't have enough of your own? You don't have enough food of your own? Well, yes. How do you get it? Bees make it. I know who makes it. And it's hard to make. There's heating, cooling, stirring. You need a whole Krellman thing. It's organic. It's organic. It's just honeyberry. Just what? Bees don't know about this. This is stealing. A lot of stealing. You've taken our homes, schools, hospital. This is all we have. And it's on sale? I'm getting to the bottom of this. I'm getting to the bottom of this all. Hey, Hector. You almost done? Almost. He is here. I sense it. Well, I guess I'll go home now and just leave this nice honey out with no one around. You're busted, box boy. I knew I heard something, so you can talk. I could talk, and now you'll start talking. Where are you getting the sweet stuff? Who's your supplier? I don't understand. I thought we were friends. The last thing we want to do is upset bees. You're too late. It's ours now. You, sir, have crossed the wrong sword. You, sir, will be lunch for my iguana, Ignacio. Where is the honey coming from? Tell me where. Honey Farms. It comes from Honey Farms, crazy person. What horrible thing has happened here? These faces, they never knew what hit them, and now they're on the road to nowhere. Just keep still. What? You're not dead? Do I look dead to you? They will wipe anything that moves. Where are you headed? To Honey Farms. I am onto something huge here. I'm going to Alaska. Moose blood, crazy stuff, blows your head off. I'm going to Tacoma. And you? He really is dead. All right. Uh-oh. What is that? Oh no! A wiper! Triple blade! Triple blade! Jump on, it's your only chance, bee! Why does everything have to be so doggone clean? How much do you people need to see? Open your eyes, stick your head out the window. From NPR News in Washington, I'm Carl Cassell. But we don't kill no more bugs. Bee! Moose blood guy! You hear something? Like what? Like tiny screaming. Turn off the radio. What's up, bee boy? Hey, blood. Just a row of honey jars as far as the eye could see. Wow! I assume wherever this truck goes is where they're getting it. I mean, that honey's ours. Bees, hang tight. We're all jammed in. It's a close community. Not us, man. We on our own. Every mosquito on his own. What if you get in trouble? You a mosquito, you in trouble. Nobody likes us. They just smack. See a mosquito? Smack, smack. At least you're out in the world. You must meet girls. Mosquito girls try to trade up. Get with a moth. Dragonfly. Mosquito girls don't want no mosquito. You've got to be kidding me. Moose Blood's about to leave the building. So long, bee. Hey guys, Moose Blood. I knew I'd catch you all down here. Did you bring your crazy straw? We throw it in the jars, slap a label on it, and it's pretty much pure profit. What is this place? A bee's got a brain the size of a pinhead. They are pinheads. Pinhead? Check out the new smoker. Oh, that's sweet. That's the one you want. The Thomas 3000. Smoker? 90 puffs a minute, semi-automatic, twice the nicotine, all the tar. A couple breaths of this knocks them right out. They make the honey, we make the money. They make the honey, we make the money. Oh my, what's going on? Are you okay? Yeah, it doesn't last too long. Do you know we're in a fake hive with fake walls? Our queen was moved here. We had no choice. This is your queen? That's a man in women's clothing. That's a drag queen. Okay. What is this? Oh no, there's hundreds of bee honey. Our honey is being brazenly stolen on a massive scale. This is worse than anything bears have done. I intend to do something. Oh, Barry, stop. Who told you humans are taking our honey? That's a rumor. Do these look like rumors? That's a conspiracy theory. These are obviously doctored photos. How did you get mixed up in this? He's been talking to humans. What? Talking to humans? He has a human girlfriend and they make out. Make out? Barry, we do not. You wish you could. Whose side are you on? The bees. I dated a cricket once in San Antonio. Those crazy legs kept me up all night. Barry, this is what you want to do with your life? I want to do it for all of our lives. Nobody works harder than bees. Dad, I remember you coming home so overworked. Your hands were still stirring. You couldn't stop. I remember that. What right do they have to our honey? We live on 2 cups a year. They put it in lip balm for no reason whatsoever. Even if that's true, what can one bee do? Sting them where it really hurts. In the face, the eye. That would hurt. No. Up the nose? That's a killer. There's only one place you can sting a human, the one place that matters. High at 5, the Hive's only full-hour action news source. No more bee beards, with Bob Bumble at the anchor desk. Weather with Storm Stinger. Sports with Buzz Larvey and Jeanette Chung. Good evening, I'm Bob Bumble, and I'm Jeanette, I don't fucking know what that is. A Tri-County bee, Barry Benson, intends to sue the human race for stealing our honey, packaging it, and profiting from it illegally. Tomorrow night on B. Larry King, we'll have 3 former queens in here in our studio discussing their new book, Classy Ladies, out this weekend on Hexagon. Tonight, we're talking to Barry Benson. Did you ever think, I'm a kid from the hive, I can't do this? Bees have never been afraid to change the world. What about Bee Columbus? Bee Gandhi? Bejesus? Where I'm from, we'd never sue humans. We were thinking of stickball or candy stores. How old are you? The bee community is supporting you in this case, which will be the trial of the bee century. You know, they have a Larry King in the human world, too. It's a common name. Next week, he looks like you and has a show and suspenders and colored dots. Next week, glasses, quotes on the bottom from the guest even though you just heard them. Bear next week. They're scary, hairy, and here live. Always leans forward, pointy shoulders, squinty eyes, very Jewish. In tennis, you attack at the point of weakness. It was my grandmother, Ken. She's 81. Her backhand's a joke. I'm not going to take advantage of that. Quiet, please. Actual work is going on here. Is that the same bee? Yes, it is. I'm helping him sue the human race. Hello. Hello, bee. This is Ken. Yeah, I remember you. Timberland, size 10.5. Vibram Soul, I believe. Why does he talk again? Listen, you better go, 'cause we're really busy working. But it's our yogurt night. Bye-bye. Why is yogurt night so difficult? You poor thing. You two have been at this for hours. Yes, and Adam here has been a huge help. Frosting. How many sugars? Just 1. I try not to use the competition. So why are you helping me? Bees have good qualities, and it takes my mind off the shop. Instead of flowers, people are giving balloon bouquets now. Those are great, if you're 3. And artificial flowers. Oh, those just get me psychotic. Yeah, me too. Bent stingers, pointless pollination. Bees must hate those fake things. Nothing worse than a daffodil that's had work done. Maybe this could make up for it a little bit. This lawsuit's a pretty big deal, I guess. You sure you want to go through with it? Or am I sure? When I'm done with the humans, they won't be able to say, "Honey, I'm home," without paying a royalty. It's an incredible scene down here in downtown Manhattan, where the world anxiously waits, because for the first time in history, we will hear for ourselves if a honeybee can actually speak. What have we gotten into here, Barry? It's pretty big, isn't it? I can't believe how many humans don't work during the day. You think billion-dollar multinational food companies have good lawyers? Everybody needs to stay behind the barricade. What's the matter? I don't know, I just gotta chill. Well, if it isn't the B team, you boys work on this? All rise. The Honorable Judge Bumbleton presiding. All right, case number 4475, Superior Court of New York, Barry B. Benson versus the honey industry. Is now in session. Mr. Montgomery, you're representing the 5 food companies collectively? A privilege. Mr. Benson, you're representing all the bees of the world? I'm kidding. Yes, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed. Mr. Montgomery, your opening statement, please. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my grandmother was a simple woman. Born on a farm, she believed it was a man's divine right to benefit from the bounty of nature God put before us. If we lived in the topsy-turvy world Mr. Benson imagines, just think of what it would mean. I would have to negotiate with the silkworm for the elastic in my breeches. Talking bees, how do we know this isn't some sort of holographic motion picture capture Hollywood wizardry? They could be using laser beams, robotics, ventriloquism, cloning. For all we know, he could be on steroids. Mr. Benson? Ladies and gentlemen, there's no trickery here. I'm just an ordinary bee. Honey's pretty important to me. It's important to all bees. We invented it. We make it and we protect it with our lives. Unfortunately, there are some people in this room who think they can take it from us, 'cause we're the little guys. I'm hoping that after this is all over, you'll see now. Taking our honey, you're going to not only take everything we have, but everything that we are. I wish he'd dress like that all the time. So nice. Call your first witness. So, Miss Claus Vanderhayden of Honey Farms. Big company you have. I suppose so. I see you also own Honey Burton and Honey Ron. Yes, they provide beekeepers for our farms. Beekeeper, I like that. I find that to be a very disturbing term. I don't imagine you employ any bee freers, do you? No, I couldn't hear you. No. Because you don't free bees, you keep bees. Not only that, it seems you thought a bear would be an appropriate image for a honey jar. They're very lovable creatures. Yogi Bear, Fozzie Bear, Build-A-Bear. You mean like this? Bears kill bees. How'd you like his head crashing through your living room, biting into your couch, spitting on out your throw pillows? Okay, that's enough. Take him away. So, Mr. Sting, thank you for being here. Your name intrigues me. Where have I heard it before? I was with a band called The Police. But you've never been an officer, have you? No, I haven't. No, you haven't. And so here we have yet another example of bee culture casually stolen by a human for nothing more than a prance-about stage maid. Oh, please. Have you ever been stung, Mr. Sting? Because I'm feeling a little stung, Sting. Or should I say, Mr. Gordon M. Summer? That's not his real name, you idiots! Mr. Liotta, first, belated congratulations on your Emmy win for a guest spot on ER in 2005. Thank you. I see from your resume that you're devilishly handsome, with a churning inner turmoil that's ready to blow. I enjoy what I do. Is that a crime? Not yet it isn't. But is this what it's come to for you? Exploiting tiny, helpless bees so you don't have to rehearse your part and learn your lines, sir? Watch it, Benson. I could blow right now. This isn't a good fella. This is a bad fella. Why doesn't someone just step on this creep so we can all go home? Order in the court. You're all thinking it. Order, order, I say. Say it, Mr. Leota. Please sit down. I think it was awfully nice of that bear to pitch in like that. I think the jury's on our side. Are we doing everything right, legally? I'm a florist. Right, well, here's to a great team. To a great team! Well, hello. Ken! Hello. I didn't think you were coming. No, I was just late. I tried to call, but the battery. I didn't want all this to go to waste, so I called Barry. Luckily, he was free. Oh, that was lucky. There's a little left. I could heat it up. Yeah, heat it up. Sure, whatever. So I hear you're quite a tennis player. I'm not much for the game myself. The ball's a little grabby. Right, that's where I usually sit. Right there. Ken, Barry was looking at your resume and he agreed with me that eating with chopsticks isn't really a special skill. You think I don't see what you're doing? I know how hard it is to find the right job. We have that in common. Do we? Bees have 100% employment, but we do jobs like taking the crud out. That's just what I was thinking about doing. Ken, I let Barry borrow your razor for his fuzz. I hope that was all right. I'm going to drain the old stinger. Yeah, you do that. Look at that. You know, I've just about had it with your little mind games. What's that? Italian Vogue. Mamma mia, that's a lot of pages. A lot of ads. Remember what Van said. Why is your life more valuable than mine? Funny, I just can't seem to recall that. I think something stinks in here. I love the smell of flowers. How do you like the smell of flames? Not as much. Waterbug, not taking sides. Ken, I'm wearing a chapstick hat. This is pathetic. I've got issues. Well, 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 a royal flush. You're bluffing, am I? Surf's up, dude. Pooh water. That bowl is gnarly. Except for those dirty yellow rings. Kenneth, what are you doing? You know, I don't even like honey. I don't eat it. We need to talk. He's just a little bee. And he happens to be the nicest bee I've met in a long time. Long time? What are you talking about? Are there other bugs in your life? No, but there are other things bugging me in life, and you're one of them. Fine, talking bees, no yogurt night. My nerves are fried from riding on this emotional roller coaster. Goodbye, Ken. And for your information, I prefer sugar-free, artificial sweeteners made by man. I'm sorry about all that. I know, it's got an aftertaste. I like it. I always felt there was some kind of barrier between Ken and me. I couldn't overcome it. Oh well. Are you okay for the trial? I believe Mr. Montgomery is about out of ideas. We would like to call Mr. Barry Benson to the stand. Good idea. You can really see why he's considered one of the best lawyers. Yeah. Layton, you've got to weave some magic. With this jury or it's all gonna be over. Don't worry. The only thing I have to do is turn this jury around to remind them of what they don't like about bees. You got the tweezers? Are you allergic? Only to losing, son. Only to losing. Mr. B. Benson, I'll ask you what I think we'd all like to know. What exactly is your relationship to that woman? We're friends. Good friends? Yeah. How good do you live together? Wait a minute. Are you her little bed bug? I've seen a bee documentary too. From what I understand, doesn't your queen give birth to all the little bee children? Yeah, but... So those aren't your real parents. Oh, Barry. Yes, they are. Hold me back. You're an illegitimate bee, aren't you, Benson? He's denouncing bees. Don't y'all date your cousins. Objection. I'm going to pincushion this guy. Adam, don't. It's what he wants. Oh, I'm hit. Oh, Lordy, I am hit. Order, order. The venom is coursing through my veins. I have been felled by a winged beast of destruction. You see, you can't treat them like equals. They're striped savages. Stinging's the only thing they know. It's their way. Adam, stay with me. I can't feel my legs. What angel of mercy will come forward to suck the poison from my heaving buttocks? I will have order in this court. Order! Order, please! The case of the honeybees versus the human race took a pointed turn against the bees yesterday when one of their legal team stung Latent T. Montgomery. Hey, buddy. Hey, is there much pain? Yeah. I blew the whole case, didn't I? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're alive. You could have died. I'd be better off dead. Look at me. Look, there's a little celery still on it. Oh, wait, they got it from downstairs. Downstairs in the cafeteria. It's a tuna sandwich. What was it like to sting someone? I can't explain it. It was all the adrenaline and then the ecstasy. All right. You think it was all a trap? Of course, I'm sorry. I flew us right into this. What were we thinking? Look at us. We're just a couple of bugs in this world. What will the humans do to us if they win? I don't know. I hear they put the roaches in motels. That doesn't sound so bad. Adam, check this out. Adam, they check in, but they don't check out. Oh my. Could they get a nurse to close that window? Why? The smoke. Bees don't smoke. Right, bees don't smoke. Bees don't smoke, but some bees are smoking. That's it. That's our case. It is? It's not over? Get dressed. I've got to go somewhere. Get back to the court and stall. Stall in any way you can. And assuming you've done step correctly, you're ready for the tub. Mr. Flayman. Yes, Your Honor. Where's the rest of your team? Well, Your Honor, it's interesting. Bees are trained to fly haphazardly, and as a result, we don't make very good time. I actually heard a funny story about that. Your Honor, haven't these ridiculous bugs taken up enough of this court's valuable time? How much longer will we allow these absurd shenanigans to go on? Have they presented no compelling evidence to support their charges against my clients who run legitimate businesses? I move for a complete dismissal of this entire case. Mr. Flayman, I'm afraid I'm going to have to consider Mr. Montgomery's motion. But you can't. We have a terrific case. Where is your proof? Where is the evidence? Show me the smoking gun. Hold it, Your Honor. You want a smoking gun? Here is your smoking gun. What is that? It's a bee smoker. What, this? This harmless little contraption? This couldn't hurt a fly, let alone a bee. Look at what happened to the bees who have never been asked, smoking or non. Is this what nature intended for us? To be forcefully addicted to smoke machines in man-made wooden slat work camps? Living out our whole lives as honey slaves to the white man? Oh, fuck. What are we going to do? He's playing the species card. Ladies and gentlemen, please, free the bees, 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 free the bees. The court finds in the favor of bees. The court finds in favor of the bees. Vanessa, we won. I knew you could do it. High five. Sorry. I'm okay. You know what this means. All the honey will finally belong to the bees. Now we won't have to work so hard all the time. This is an unholy perversion of the balance of nature, Benson. You'll regret this. Barry, how much honey is out there? All right, one at a time. Barry, who are you wearing? My sweater is Ralph Lauren, and I have no pants. What if Montgomery's right? What do you mean? We've been living the bee way a long time, 27 million years. Congratulations on your victory. What will you demand as a settlement? First, we'll demand a complete shutdown of all bee work camps. Then we want back the honey that was ours to begin with, every last drop. We demand an end to the glorification of the bear as anything more than a filthy, smelly, bad breath stink machine. We're all aware of what they do in the woods. Wait for my signal. Take him out. He'll have nauseous for a few hours, then he'll be fine. And we will no longer tolerate bee-negative nicknames. But it's just a prance about stage name. Unnecessary inclusion of honey in bogus health products. And la-dee-da, human snack time, tea time snack garnishments. can't breathe. Bring it in, boys. Hold it right there. Good, tap it. Mr. Buzzwell, we just passed 3 cups and there's gallons more coming. I think we need to shut down. Shut down? We've never shut down. Shut down honey production. Stop making honey. Turn your key, sir. What will we do? What do we do now? Cannonball! We're shutting down honey production. Mission abort. Aborting pollination and nectar detail. Returning to base. Adam, you wouldn't believe how much honey was out there. Oh yeah? What's going on? Where is everybody? Are they out celebrating? They're home. They don't know what to do. Out sleeping in. I heard your Uncle Carl was on his way to San Antonio with a cricket. At least we got our honey back. Sometimes I think, so what if humans liked our honey? Who wouldn't? It's the greatest thing in the world. I was excited to be part of making it. This was my new desk. This was my new job. I wanted to do it really well, and now I can't. I don't understand why they're not happy. I thought their lives would be better. They're doing nothing. It's amazing. Honey really changes people. You don't have any idea what's going on, do you? What did you want to show me? This! What happened there? Oh, this is not the half of it. Oh no, oh my, they're all wilting. Doesn't look very good, does it? No. And whose fault do you think that is? You know, I'm gonna guess bees. Bees? Specifically me. I didn't think bees not needing to make honey would affect all these things. It's not just flowers, fruits, vegetables, they all need bees. That's our whole SAT test right there. Take away produce, that affects the entire animal kingdom. And then, of course, the human species. So, if there's no more pollination, it could all just go south here, couldn't it? I know this is also partly my fault. How about a suicide pact? How do we do it? I'll sting you, you step on me. That just kills you twice. Right. Listen, Barry, sorry, but I gotta get going. I'd open my mouth and talk. Vanessa, why are you leaving? Where are you going? To the final tournament of Rose's Parade in Pasadena. They've moved it to this weekend because all the flowers are dying. It's the last chance I'll ever have to see it. Vanessa, I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I never meant it to turn out like this. I know. Me neither. Tournament of Roses. Roses can't do sports. Wait a minute. Roses? Roses! Roses! Vanessa! Roses? Barry! Roses are flowers? Yes, they are. Flowers, bees, pollen. I know. That's why this is the last parade. Maybe not. Could you ask him to slow down? Could you slow down? Barry! Okay, I made a huge mistake. This is a total disaster. All my fault. Yes, it kind of is. I've ruined the pleasant planet. I've ruined the planet. I want to help you with the flower shop. I've made it worse. Actually, it's completely closed down. I thought maybe you were remodeling, but I have another idea, and it's greater than my previous ideas combined. I don't want to hear it. I know. All right. They have the roses. The roses have the pollen. I know every bee, plant, and flower in this park. All we gotta do is get what they've got back here with what we've got. Bees, park, pollen, flowers, repollination across the nation. Tournament of Roses, Pasadena, California. They've got nothing but flowers, floats, and cotton candy. Security will be tight. I have an idea. Vanessa Bloom, FTD, official floral business. It's real. Sorry, ma'am. Nice brooch. Thank you. It was a gift. Once inside, we just picked the right float. How about the princess and the pea? I could be the princess. You could be the pea. Yeah, I got it. Where should I sit? What are you? I believe I'm the pea. The pea? It goes under the mattress. Not in this fairy tale, sweetheart. I'm getting the marshal. You do that. This whole parade is a fiasco. Let's see what this baby'll do. Hey, what are you doing? Then all we do is blend in with traffic without arousing suspicion. Once at the airport, there's no stopping us. Stop! Security! You and your insect pack your float? Yes. Has it been in your possession this entire time? Would you remove your shoes? Remove your stinger? It's a part of me. I know, just having some fun. Enjoy your flight. Then if we're lucky, we'll have just enough pollen to do the job. Can you believe how lucky we are? We have just enough pollen to do the job. I think this is gonna work. It's got to work. Attention passengers. This is Captain Scott, yeah, we have a bit of bad weather in New York. It looks like we'll experience a couple hours delay. Barry, these are cut flowers with no water. They'll never make it. I gotta get them up there and talk to them. Gotta get up there and talk to them. Be careful. Can I get help with the Sky Mall magazine? I'd like to order the talking inflatable nose and ear trimmer. Ear trimmer. Captain, I'm in a real situation. What'd you say, Hall? Nothing. Bee! Don't freak out. My entire species. What are you doing? Oh, wait a minute. I'm an attorney. Who's an attorney? Don't move. Oh, Barry. Good afternoon, passengers. This is your captain. Would a Miss Vanessa Bloom in 24B please report to the cockpit? And please hurry. What happened here? There was a dustbuster, a toupee, a life raft exploded. One's bald, one's in a boat, and they're both unconscious. Is that another bee joke? No! No one's flying the plane! This is JFK Control Tower, Flight 356. What's your status? This is Vanessa Bloom. I'm a florist in New York. From New York. Where's the pilot? He's unconscious, and so is the co-pilot. Not good. Does anyone on board have flight experience? As a matter of fact, there is. Who's that? Barry Benson, from the honey trial? Oh, great. Vanessa, this is nothing more than a big metal bee. It's got giant wings, huge engines. I can't fly a plane. Why not? Isn't John Travolta a pilot? Yes, how hard could it be? Wait, Barry, we're headed into some lightning. This is Bob Bumble. We have some late-breaking news from JFK Airport, where a suspenseful scene is developing. Barry Benson, fresh from his legal victory, that's Barry, is attempting to land a plane loaded with people, flowers, and an incapacitated flight crew. Flowers! We have a storm in the area, and 2 individuals at the controls with absolutely no flight experience. Just a minute. There's a bee on that plane. I'm quite familiar with Mr. Benson and his no-account compadres. They've done enough damage. But isn't he your only hope? Technically, a bee shouldn't be able to fly at all. Their wings are too small. Haven't we heard this a million times? The surface area of the wings and body mass make no sense. Get this on air. Got it. Stand by. We're going live. The way we work may be a mystery to you. Making honey takes a lot of bees, doing a lot of small jobs. But let me tell you about a small job. If you do it right, if you do it well, it makes a big difference. More than we realize to everyone. That's why I want to get bees back to working together. That's the bee way. We're not made of jello. We get behind a fellow. Black and yellow. Hello. Left, right, down, hover. Hover. Forget hover. This isn't so hard. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Barry, what happened? Wait, I think we were on autopilot the whole time. That may have been helping me. And now we're not. So it turns out I cannot fly a plane. All of you, let's get behind this fellow. Move it out, move it out. Okay. Our only chance is if I do what I do. You copy me with the wings of the plane. You don't have to yell. I'm not yelling. We're in a lot of trouble. It's very hard to concentrate with that panicky tone in your voice. It's not a tone. I'm panicking. I can't do this. Vanessa, pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it. You 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 snap out of it. Hold it. Why, come on. It's my turn. How is this plane flying? I don't know. Hello. Benson, got any flowers for a happy occasion in there? The pollen chalks. They do get behind a fellow. Black and yellow. Hello. All right, let's drop this tin can on the blacktop. Where? I can't see anything. Can you? No, nothing. It's all cloudy. Come on. You got to think bee, Barry. Thinking bee, thinking bee, thinking bee, thinking bee, thinking bee. Wait a minute. I think I'm feeling something. What? I don't know. It's strong, pulling me, like a 27-million-year-old instinct. Bring the nose down. Thinking bee, thinking bee, thinking bee. What in the world is going on the tarmac? Get some lights on that. Thinking bee, thinking bee, thinking bee. Vanessa, aim for the flower. Okay, out the engines. We're going in on the bee power. Ready, boys? Affirmative. Good, good. Easy now. That's it. Land on that flower. Ready? Full reverse. Spin it around. Not that flower, the other one. Which one? That flower. I'm aiming at the flower. There's a fat guy in a flowered shirt. I mean the giant pulsating flower made made of millions of bees. Pull forward, nose down, tail up, rotate it. This is insane, Barry. This is the only way I know how to fly. Am I cuckoo cuckoo, or is this plane flying in an insect-like pattern? Get your nose in there. Don't be afraid. Smell it. Full reverse. Just drop it. Be a part of it. Aim for the center. Drop it in. Drop it in, woman. Come on already. Barry, we did it. You taught me how to fly. Yes, no, high five, right? Barry, it worked. Did you see the giant flower? What giant flower? Where? Of course I saw the giant flower. That was genius. Thank you, but we're not done yet. Listen, everyone, this runway is covered with the last pollen from the last flowers available anywhere on Earth. That means this is our last chance. We're the only ones who make honey, pollinate flowers, and dress like this. If we're going to survive as a species, this is our moment. What do you say? Are we going to be bees or just Museum of Natural History keychains? We're bees! Keychains! Then follow me! Except keychain. Hold on, Barry. Here, you've earned this. Yeah, I'm a pollen jock, and it's a perfect fit. All I gotta do are the sleeves. Oh yeah, that's our Barry. Mom, the bees are back. If anyone needs to make a call, now's the time. I've got a feeling we'll be working late tonight. Here's your change. Have a great afternoon. Can I help? Who's next? Would you like some honey with that? It's bee approved, and don't forget these. Milk, cream, cheese, it's all me, and I don't see a nickel. Sometimes I feel like a piece of meat. I had no idea. Barry, I'm sorry. Have you got a moment? Would you excuse me? My mosquito associate will help you. Sorry I'm late. He's a lawyer too? I was already a blood-sucking parasite. All I needed was a briefcase. Have a great afternoon. Barry, I just got this huge tulip order, and I can't get them anywhere. No problem, Vanny. Just leave it to me. You're a lifesaver, Barry. Can I help? Who's next? All right, Scramble Jocks, it's time to fly. Thank you, Barry. That bee is living my life. Let it go, Kenny. When will this nightmare end? Let it all go. Beautiful day to fly. Sure is. Between you and me, I was dying to get out of that office. You've got to start thinking bee, my friend. Thinking bee? Me? Hold it. Let's just stop for a second. Hold it. I'm sorry, everyone. Can we stop here? I'm not making a major life decision during a production number. All right, take 10, everybody. Wrap it up, guys. I had virtually no rehearsal for that. Okay, yeah. Alright, that was the whole story. It's over now. That was kind of an anticlimactic ending. I'm sorry. Someone told me to read it. I had to. I just had to. Did you guys enjoy that Christmas story? I've never read it before. I don't even know how many words that was. Did you like it? Did you like it? I tried to put emotion into it. I tried to make it extra fun just for you guys. I think there is a Christmas part in there somewhere, right? Right? Just listen to the fireplace. It's super soothing. Everything's fine now. Okay, let me read the super chats real quick. Was that hell? You didn't think I would actually read it? Aww, I'm glad you guys liked it. I didn't know that the Bee movie was that based though. That was something. I don't know who wrote this. I really don't. Okay, so 139784 super chatted 1 carrot and also 5 carrots to say Merry Crimbo Eve. Calvary Ball has given $9.99 carrots to say Merry Christmas, Haunts. Don't let NORAD stop you from flying. Horses can do whatever they want. Hashtag horse tracker. I don't know what that means. Chubby Bear 94 gave $2 in the carrots to say Merry Christmas, Tomoe. Merry Christmas to you too. I'm glad I could give you guys such passion-filled story reading. Though I think I might have lost a part of myself somewhere in that. I think I need a good drink now. I know, I know. I'm just a little bit disoriented right now. I don't know how to read carrots properly anymore. But with that story done, I really do hope you guys had a good Christmas Eve so far, and I hope your Christmas Day is just that much better. And I appreciate you coming down here to hang out and listen to my Christmas stories while I put on this little Christmas hat and contemplate my life decisions up until this point. No, I am perfectly sober right now. I need a drink, though. I really need a drink. Can you believe that? I can't either. I think that's enough for today, though. I think that's yeah. I'll see you guys on Monday. I'm sorry for putting you through that. I'm really sorry. I appreciate your patience with me, though, and have a lovely, lovely Christmas.